Again, I'm worried about the nested feature of the fraction. And so I'm going to write this down, where a is some parameter, by the way. And what I'm going to do is write down what I've been doing before, which is essentially saying, by the way, we'll talk about this beginning part later, but right now I'm just going to get that nested fraction pattern. And what would that be? It's going to be 1, and then I get a plus 1, and then it would be 2a, and then the pattern continues to repeat itself. And by the way, the pattern's x, right? That's the pattern. Each side's identical now. So now I got to solve that. And that was a tough problem to solve, but let's go through it. You're going to get x equals, that's going to be 2a plus x. I'm going to be careful here. And that's going to be 2a squared. I'll write that down. A's a parameter again. 2a squared plus ax plus 1. I'm going to plow through this now. And I'm going to try to do the best I can. I'm going to say it's ax squared. Let's see, plus 2a squared plus 1 x. Make sure I did okay with that. I kind of see that, yeah. Equals 2a plus x. Well, that's going to be ax squared. And then I'm going to subtract 1x from both sides. So what are you going to get? 2a squared x then, and then minus 2a equals 0. Oh, pretty nasty looking, isn't it? What am I going to do now? I am going to divide both sides by a. You get x squared plus 2a x minus 2 equals 0. Now, I'm going to use quadratic formula. So what do you get? X equals twice the a, which is 2. When I say the a, the coefficient on the square term, not the lowercase a. And then minus 2a, plus or minus, kind of nasty, right? 4a squared, minus 4 times 1 times minus 2, so minus 8. Plus 8, I mean. Yeah, that's all right. Let's keep going. X equals minus 2a, plus or minus, well, I see a 4, so that's 2. The root a squared plus 2 over 2. So x will equal minus a plus or minus the square root of a squared plus 2. Yeah, that was some work to get through that. Again, the assumption here is that a is a positive number, and the sum's going to be positive. So I got to look at this. And how would I do that? X would have to be equal to what then? The square root of a squared plus 2 minus a. All right? And then someone says, well, what are you going to do now? I don't want to forget this guy. I have to add a to that. And if you add a to that, what are you going to get? Well, you're going to get something pretty simple. You're going to get the square root of a squared plus 2. And write that down. If you add a to this number here, in other words, x plus a, what are you going to get? This over here, which is the surd they wanted. Let me just get my little red pen out. A lot of work to get there. Now I realize what's one of the complaints students often have said, why don't you put all that work down in the answer key? That's what you're supposed to be doing. You're supposed to be doing that work, all right? And that's not an easy thing to be doing, but that's the work you're supposed to be doing, all right? Thank you for paying attention, though.